Well, hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and I join you with just eyeshadow on the top lids because it's that step in my makeup now where I'm going to do foundation. And today we are talking about this. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Hybrid Powder Foundation. I have the shade 118. This retails for $14.99. I'm assuming it'll fluctuate a little depending on where you get it. And there are 16 shades in this, and this is brand new from Maybelline. Forgot my other visual aid. If you have the previous one, the one that says Super Stay Full Coverage, I know they look so similar, but they're discontinuing this one and they're bringing in this one. And if you're curious to know if these are different, they're very, very different. These aren't the same products in any sense of the word. This one, the old one they're getting rid of, I think is really good as just a basic setting powder. This one truly is a powder foundation. So, you know, I thought it was just gonna be repackaged, but it's not. It's completely different formulation, feel, texture, performance, everything. So I am gonna demo this today as a full powder foundation. I don't have anything on my skin except some primer. I have on the CoverGirl Color Correcting Primer, but it doesn't really do a lot of color correcting. Obviously, you could still see redness on my skin, so this will still do a lot of the work. This is kind of freaking awesome. I love this so much. Given that there are only 16 shades, I think there needs to be way more shades in this because one, it's awesome, and two, it's a very full coverage product. This isn't one of those things you're going to be able to get just like a shade that might be close to you and kind of make it work. It truly does have a lot of coverage, as you're going to see as I do my demo. You got to kind of get a shade that's going to work for you because of how much coverage it has. So on the back here it says Super Stay up to 24 hours hybrid powder foundation, full coverage hybrid powder foundation with long lasting matte finish, up to 24-hour wear, weightless, comfortable feel, sweat resistant, and water resistant. So the only thing with those two claims is I can't really test this as far as sweat goes because it's winter. This came out in the winter. I've only been testing it out in the winter, and I'm not really sweating all that much on my face in the winter. So I don't really know about the sweat resistant claim just yet, but I have slept in this and it wears like iron. This stuff wears so well. And it does come with a mirror on the bottom as well as a sponge. You could see I did try this out with the sponge, but this just isn't my favorite application method because you kind of just have to get it on and then like wipe it on your face and or pat it around. I don't know, it just doesn't really work for me. This is better in a maybe a touch-up kind of way, like maybe it's summer, maybe it's sweating, I don't know, and you want to touch it up a little bit, but the sponge is not my favorite application method. As far as the texture goes, this is so smooth. I mean smooth and not powdery at all. I mean, look how much coverage that has just with that swatch. It's smooth and buttery and rich. It is a true matte powder. Like there's no satin finish to this at all. It is matte, but it doesn't look totally flat on your face. I am gonna set this with setting spray though. That's just my preference. But if you want a fully matte look, this is gonna take you there. So let's zoom in so you can see a little close-up application. And you might see little like pieces of that primer. It just didn't blend in that nice today. So my favorite kind of way to put this on is a brush like this, something kind of dense but not fully dense. Like this isn't a foundation brush. That's just, that kind of technique just doesn't really work for me. I find that a brush that I normally would put powder on anyway in a more concentrated way works really good. Something really big and fluffy. If you use like a bigger, fluffier brush, you'll get more, I don't want to say a lighter coverage because it still has a lot of coverage to it, but you'll get a lighter application initially and you get to build it up a little more. But I kind of just like to use something like this and go straight in for that coverage. So you don't need to start off with a lot of it. I literally do that much. And I'm going to try to do this with the camera and my mirror at the same time. We shall see. So I know it's bright outside, so it's kind of washing me out a little bit. The sun just came out from behind the clouds, but I know you can still see some redness and stuff like that on my skin. So we're just gonna go with the one dab that I did. And I'm gonna do just one half of my face so you can see the difference. And always start out slow because you can add more if you want to, but you can't take it away. So just do the one dab like I showed you and then kind of use that until you're at the coverage level that you want. I'm gonna do one half of the forehead here. Hopefully I'm in frame. I was gonna do my eyebrows first so I wouldn't look so crazy, but I knew I would get powder on them, and I kind of hard to do half of the nose, but I'll try. So there we go. Here is the powder foundation on my skin. Let me get a little closer so you can see how it looks. It looks awesome. I don't have any under eye concealer on yet, so you can see, like, whenever you have coverage on your skin, it makes your under eyes look like worse than they actually look. But here's that powder coverage on my skin. And then here's the untouched side. Redness, you know, normal looking skin. But look at that. Look at that foundation. It looks awesome and it wears all day. So let's go ahead and start putting it on this side. And I kind of do more of just like a patting kind of motion. I'll kind of buff a little like this, but I kind of just really like a dab in like this kind of thing. I don't know. I just feel like you get the coverage a little better that way. And you can see how much coverage it has, so definitely get a shade that is going to work for you and not one that's kind of like in between, because sometimes you can just make stuff work like foundations and things, but this one I think just has too much coverage for that kind of technique. So there we go, full face of the powder foundation. I need some eyebrows on and I need to put on some under eye concealer. But as you can see, like when you saw how my skin looked before, look how much it covered up just with powder. And if you look closely, like it doesn't look powdery. Like I can look straight up all the way close to my skin and I don't see powder on my face. Like it just looks so nice and smooth. It's just really, really nice. I do like to set this with setting spray just because I don't love a full matte face a lot of the time. And when I put on a shimmery highlighter, I think it looks better not on completely matte skin. So I'm gonna kind of finish up my makeup here and then I'll join you back when I'm gonna put setting spray on so you can see the difference from the matte look to a little bit of setting spray and see the difference that it makes there. You can see my skin, like I put highlighter on and I don't love the way that a highlighter looks on matte skin. I just think it looks kind of weird. So I love setting this with a setting spray, and the makeup fixing mix from Pixi adds, it just adds a really nice glow and glossy look to the skin, like really healthy, freshly applied makeup kind of look. So I'm gonna spray the setting spray on so you can kind of see the difference, but this doesn't really need setting spray on it to last all day. I just like to put some on to kind of tone down the super matte look because I'm not always into that kind of look. I'm gonna spray the setting spray, I'm gonna fan it down. I feel like I'm always spraying setting spray all over my plants back here. Poor things. Ooh, that one needs water. I feel like I'm always getting setting spray all over my plants. It's fine, I'll wash them off. So that is the powder foundation with some setting spray on it. I just really love the way this setting spray adds a beautiful, like fresh look to super matte skin, but the coverage is still there. It's still just gonna wear just as nice all day long. It just kind of looks a little more set and fresh and not so matte, you know what I mean? I was gonna put mascara and stuff on to wrap up the video, but we're already here. So to wrap things up, I love this powder. I think $15 is such a great price for this. Very, very high coverage. It starts off medium. You can definitely take it to full if you just build it up. I haven't noticed it looking powdery, looking heavy, looking cakey or cracked or anything like that on my skin. It wears nice all day long. Throw a little setting spray on it if you don't love that super matte look, but you will get some nice coverage out of this and a nice, just smooth appearance to your skin all day long. I love it. I love it so, so much. And I didn't think I was gonna love something so high coverage, but this is awesome. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this. If you've tried it, let us know your experience in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you tomorrow for another drugstore video. Goodbye.